Here it is, in all its glory. Rolling Hills Asylum.
Looks about right.
I mean, yeah, this is par for the course, right?
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of evidence come out of this place, so.
You check this out on the boards?
I've been trolling the boards. Come on, man. Come on. This is a nightmare. This place is a nightmare. So this is the infirmary. Old hospital hall. There should be a plaque around here somewhere. Oh boy. Shane, I don't like this game you're playing right now. You know I have a thermal cam, right? I could see where you're hiding. Okay. Right now we're just kind of going stream of consciousness. I'm not sure what much of these rooms are. Oh, fuck me. There's some shit moving in there. Oh my God. Is there anybody here with us right now? Who's down here with us right now? We're a little lost. What's that?
It's windy.
Why is it that? Please turn your light on, Shane.
No.
Turn your light on. I need to see what's over there. This week on BuzzFeed Unsolved, we investigate Rolling Hills Asylum as part of our ongoing investigation into the question, are ghosts real? Just one quick glance at this place and you could kind of see where my mental state is gonna be in a bit here. Just another weekend for the boys, I guess. What is wrong with you? What is this? You are in a very weird mood right now.
This is, you gotta understand, this is my season of sort of respecting ghosts.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Since this is our first investigation when it comes to ghosts this season, Shane has now said that he's going to respect the ghosts. I expect that to last 2 minutes.
I just, you know, a lot of people give me feedback sometimes and they say you gotta be kinder to the ghosts. And for the record, I am usually very kind to them.
Oh, are you? Here's what's gonna happen. I'll give you a play-by-play of what's actually going to happen. We're gonna go into a room, we're gonna do an EVP investigation. It's gonna be silent for about 2 minutes. You're gonna get bored, you're gonna go, fuck it. Hey, come rip my head off. You're gonna say something like that, something really witty and stupid, right? That's how it's gonna happen, guaranteed.
We'll see.
Having existed for nearly 2 centuries, the massive 53,000 square foot Rolling Hills Asylum officially opened on January 1st, 1827. Rolling Hills Asylum was originally called the Genesee County Poor Farm and was one of the many poorhouses scattered around the US. Poorhouses were government-run facilities to support and house the needy. In the beginning, Rolling Hills played home to orphans, families, mentally ill, elderly, physically disabled, criminals, and vagrants.
I just didn't know poorhouses were a real thing.
They were big across the US. There was these things called the poor laws, where this kind of sounds messed up, but basically the government would determine which people deserved financial aid, and for the people that didn't deserve or were deemed undeserving, they would be put in these poorhouses, and that was the long list of people.
A lot of downtrodden folks.
Yeah, sometimes they didn't really know what to do with people, so they just threw them in a building, you know?
It's better than a pit, I guess.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, Bill, it wasn't.
Better than a pit, shame a day 2018. Put that on a sweatshirt.
I was trying to be empathetic.
What pit were you imagining, by the way? You were imagining the pit that Lando Calrissian almost fell into in Star Wars?
You're talking Sarlacc pits.
The Sarlacc pits, yeah, I had teeth.
A roof over your head is better than being eaten by a large toothy monster.
A spirit often seen is the ghost of a former nurse named Emma. It's said that most spirits at Rolling Hills are helpful and often appear when you call out for help. Emma is often seen in her room, so perhaps this tactic will lure her into view.
So right now we're approaching Nurse Emma's room. This is, she's apparently German, so maybe you could exercise some of that 4 years of German you learned in high school.
I was in class for 4 years, but I really didn't learn very much.
That shows what kind of student you were.
Not very good.
It's
nice room.
It's very windy outside.
Yeah, just let's pause for a moment and listen to the wind because it's almost nightmarish. That's some decent, that's some horror movie.
Pretty wind, pretty windy, pretty wind. It's pretty windy in here. She was also known to be very dedicated to her job, so maybe if we call out for help, oh my, that is very windy. If we call out for help, she may come out.
Okay. It's there's.
I know.
Okay.
I know. I'm just. It's. This is. This is almost unbearably horrific. Nurse Emma, can you help me? I'm having trouble finding my room. We came all the way down here to see you, so if you have anything you'd like to say to us, please say so now.
Speak louder than the wind, if you can.
Let her speak.
Sorry, respect.
Someone just whisper?
I'm gonna sort of put a kibosh on whispers for this one because we have the wind.
I mean, I heard a whisper that sounded different than.
Yeah. Ich heiße Shane.
Is that all you know how to say? 4 years of German, you could only say my name is Shane. Could you ask her how long she's worked here in German?
No.
Why even bring up you know German if you don't
Here.
know German?
Here. Senf.
What does that mean?
Mustard.
So actually right next door to Emma's room, here's Steve's room. And this guy, not as friendly as Emma, said to be
Bit of a curmudgeon.
not a very nice man. Jesus. Hello, Steve. My name's Ryan, that's Shane.
Hi, Steve.
So Steve, I have a device here. This may help you speak to us. We're just gonna ask you some questions, and if you wanna talk to us, you could talk to us. All right. Let's go to 200. All right. We're back, baby. All right, Steve. Can you, I'm Ryan, that's Shane. Could you say our names back to us, Steve? You know me, I need multiple words.
Yeah, it takes a lot to scare you. Steve, anything to say to your boys here? We come here just willing to be open. You're an actor?
Sure sounds like is there a doctor to me.
I feel like maybe not.
Why is that?
It just sounds like you're an actor.
Well, you did just
You're
say,
an actor.
It did sound like you said, is there an actor? Are you an actor?
You understand I'm humoring you.
In 1887, the Genesee County Board of Supervisors decided that people, quote, suffering with acute insanity, end quote, should be housed in another location within the state. The county home spanned 200 acres and had a self-sufficient farm where able-bodied people were required to work. Residents would also do upkeep chores for the asylum, such as cleaning and baking. Before closing in 1974, the asylum served as a nursing home. There are over 1,700 documented deaths within these walls, and the current owner, Sharon Coyle, suspects that there could be 3 times as many deaths because documentation by previous owners was spotty. Horrifically, a good portion of these people were buried in graves that still have yet to be located. According to Rolling Hills Asylum's website, quote, an actual cemetery register or plot map has yet to be discovered.
Is that bad?
Yeah, that's bad. You just put like right, Shane was here. You wouldn't want that? You know, a lot of cultures feel like there's a lot of life after death.
What, so if you die and someone doesn't put a little headstone on your grave, God comes down to earth, he's like, well, I was gonna take an angel up there, but I don't know where that...
No, that's not what I'm saying, you jackass. What I'm saying is, I don't know why God sounds like that, by the way.
It sounds like Hank Hill.
Yeah. I'm saying that a lot of cultures, life is after death because then your family members come visit you and do, practices that keep you alive. Haven't you seen Coco? All right, so right now we're on the top floor. We're heading down to the infirmary on the 2nd floor. I'm using thermal right now, so I'm trying to pick up some heat signatures. Oh, I don't like the way this room feels at all.
It's fairly well insulated. It smells.
Is there anybody here with us right now? We're about to leave. We're going downstairs pretty quick here. I don't see anything on thermal.
What about in these little places?
There's a piano there. Would you like to play that? What? A little doll. It's very good, very good.
Hello.
Who is this? Who is the screaming lady? I've heard interesting things about her.
Not quite sure. There's a theory, but we really don't know who she is. Some people think it might be Phoebe White, who was the first resident who ever moved in here when she was a little girl, when it was the poorhouse. And she lived about 56 years here. She's trying to communicate somehow, and she's so frustrated, she just screams.
Fucking horrifying. That is an artist's rendition of the screaming lady.
Not a fan of this lady, are you?
I mean, it's what nightmares are made of. Look at it. So right now we're in the chapel.
Yep.
That right there, if you look up there, that's a static camera. It's a night vision camera, so if any of these things move, we'll see it, and it will trigger the motion alarm. I could show you what that sounds like. It's gonna be loud.
Ghoul alert.
If we go one floor up and we hear that, then we know we caught something on the static cam. That's just one other fail-safe. So if we hear the alarm and we see something move on the camera itself, we caught a ghoul, my friend.
Our audio recorder left in the chapel picked up these strange noises over time.
It could be 1,000 things.
I figured
before.
you'd think it's. I figured you'd think it's.
And
planned.
you tend to go, well, here's 1,000 things it could likely be. Put a big X over those, even though they're very logical. There's no way it could possibly be the building settling or a creek somewhere.
A creek that sounds like a moan. Hey, I think it may be those things, but I also think it may be the screaming lady who's known to make noises of pain throughout
What's
the
more
building.
likely?
I think they're equally likely.
You think they're equally likely?
Yeah.
Something that has never been proven
I think
or
ghosts.
observed.
I think ghosts have been proven and observed several times.
Next to the chapel is a recreation room full of folding chairs that are said to move on their own. Is this sound one of those chairs?
I mean, I'm gonna say that could very likely just be a door opening or a wind moving something. It's a very busy building. You remember how loud that building was that night? So many creaks.
That does not sound like just a little creak. Doesn't sound like a door opening. That sounds like something
I feel like
being
if you
dragged.
played 10 different sounds for someone and said, which one sounds like a little creak? They'd probably say, oh, that one. It sounds like a little creak.
No, I think if we put 10 sounds that were all creaks and said which one of these sounds like a chair moving, that would sound like that's a chair moving.
One of the most prominent figures in the asylum is the spirit of a man named Roy Krause. Roy is both prominent due to his frequent activity, but also because of his massive size, as Roy Krause was almost 7.5 feet tall.
Whoa! It's pretty big. I don't have to do the low-hanging fruit joke here, so I'm not going to.
No,
but
you couldn't reach it if you tried.
That's good.
Fortunately, Roy is said to be a favorite apparition due to his friendly nature. This also includes the building owner, Sharon.
Just been here a couple of months, and I walked in the building with a handyman and trying to make a plan for the day. And I walk around the corner, and I thought there was a kitten on the floor. I'm like, how the hell did a kitten get in the building? And I realized, oh my God, no, it's a rat. It scurries off in front of me, and I'm like, I'm freaking out. Oh my God, there's a rat in the building. So we go upstairs, right above us actually, where the infirmary is. And sure enough, on the floor, there was blood in the shape of a rat. Like you could see the tail and the arms and the legs. And on the wall right behind it, there were footprints, huge giant footprints, like someone had kicked the hell out of the wall. And then there was like handprints with blood on it. Huh. And it's still up there, I can show it to you.
And so you think
I think Roy killed the rat.
Just to help?
Because I was freaking out about a rat.
Okay, so right now we're on the infirmary. Up here is where the rat story happened. You could actually see remnants of the handprint right here.
I mean, rats just die a lot.
And as you can see, you can see at one point that was a pretty big handprint. There's a little bit, I guess, of a mark of where the rat was found. I guess Roy's way of saying Roy was here. So right here, this is Roy's room. Oh boy. If you see the wallpaper border around, that's actually 7.5 feet. And
That's
you're
a
part
tall guy.
Squatch.
That's a guy so tall that I'd be scared.
You could see what an actual bed that would be fit for you would feel like. That way you wouldn't have to
This is a
hang
bed
your-
for an 8-foot tall person?
Yeah. Oh, it's kind of wooden.
It's very wooden.
Look at all the room you have for those long limbs.
That's pretty good.
Actually, not much room.
Well, okay, no, there's plenty of room.
There's actually, that looks like it fits you just right.
No, there's a lot of room in here. You ever listen to the radio, Roy? Well, this is kind of like that, but it'll make you want to shove a pencil in your ear.
You know what it is? I think it's not. I sure can't stay. But it's a girl voice.
Yeah, it sure was.
Just say our names back, or if you want, can you tell us your name if this isn't Roy actually in here? Cold winter. I agree. Roy, I heard you like listening to opera music. So I have some opera tracks with me, and I'll play them. And even if you're not in this room, we're gonna walk around the hall. So if you want to come walk around with us, maybe say hi to us, you could do so. But I'll play some music for you now because I know you'd like that. How about it, Roy? I enjoy it. Shall we?
Yeah.
No, we're not dancing. I meant like
Oh, no, I know.
Anybody want to come out?
It's Christmas time.
This is a male vocal opera song, so maybe you want to sing along. Let's walk down the terrifying red hallway. You hear, Roy? Anybody here that wants to show themselves, listen to the nice music? This is for everybody, not just for Roy.
Come on, Roy.
In the basement, there is a room referred to as the Christmas Room. During its time in operation, Rolling Hills was home to many children, and supposedly, there was a room where children would go to meet Santa during the holidays. To this day, this room still has Christmas decorations. It's said that toys will allegedly move by themselves in the Christmas Room.
So right now we are in the basement of the East Wing, and down here is the Christmas Room.
This looks like happy things. There's a little Santa. Well, look at that happy boy in the
What is it
window.
with Christmas decorations that look so menacing when it's, you know, when they're by themselves? Nutcrackers always creep me out too. We could set up our little test here to see if something will move. We actually have a little device with us here today. This dog is quite useful because it measures static energy around it. So I'll show you what I mean.
This looks very scientific.
Well, I'll put it on music mode. Okay, so basically what it does is it measures the static electricity, so when I get close to it, it turns on.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically all there is to it. So, what we're gonna do, since this is the Christmas Room, this is where a lot of children played, we're gonna ask them to pet the dog.
Oh, that's fun.
All right, so if there's anybody in here, you wanna pet our dog?
Would you like to pet our pretty dog?
He's very nice, he doesn't bite. I'm gonna pet the dog. See? He likes it. He plays music for you. If that turns on, I'm gonna fucking lose my mind. It's pretty good, right?
That's pretty good.
It's for the kids.
You're right.
What do you think? What's your favorite holiday? If you're in here, I'm guessing you like Christmas, right? You like Santa Claus?
Oh, it's me. The man with the bag. Pet the dog.
Jesus Christ. We're here just to have fun. We're not here to hurt you. We can't have fun with you if you don't let us know you're here. So if you want to just move something in this room or show us which toy you want to play with. But our dog is really nice if you want to pet him. Yeah, better yet, maybe you don't want to pet the dog. I kind of like it. Maybe you could keep your hands off the dog.
Against the rules.
It'd be really uncool if you pet our dog.
I'll kill you if you touch my dog.
Okay, too far.
Don't pet the dog.
Let's back it down. Let's back it up a little bit. Well, we're gonna leave our dog here actually. So when we leave, if you just don't wanna play with the dog because we're here, you could go ahead and touch the dog as soon as we leave, no problem.
Before leaving the room, we set up a static cam to watch the dog.
I think something was there, was either poking it on the nose or it was petting it, and because ghosts maybe don't have, I don't know, as much, basically what the dog is, it has an energy field around it, like a static energy field around it. And if you break that field, it'll set the dog off. Maybe ghosts don't have enough to make it go crazy, but they have enough to make it, blip.
All of the Bugaras, all the believers, they're gonna say, this is pretty compelling.
I think it is pretty compelling.
All the people who really believe in science will recognize pseudoscience and understand that there is zero correlation between this shitty thing that has nothing to do with this lack of, there's nothing there. You understand there's no connection. You're saying, you're forcing this fake science into the world.
It's not fake science.
It is.
It's an energy field that we tested the device when we were there. It worked when we put our hand into it. It didn't work when we were away from it. We were sitting next to it for about 20 minutes. Nothing happened. We leave. It happens.
Perhaps the most active area is known as Shadow Hallway, a hallway leading toward the infirmary, where shadow people are often seen. In one room of the hallway is what Sharon believes is a portal or vortex in the asylum. The shadow people, quote, could look like you and I, solid. They can be light gray, medium gray, dark gray, or pitch black. They could be normal human-shaped or amorphous shapes. They come in and out of doorways, walk across the hall. Sometimes they'll poke an arm or a leg out. Sometimes they crawl on the floor, and that can be creepy, especially if you're sitting on the floor during an investigation and one is coming at you, because you can actually see the shadow moving toward you, end quote. To finish this off, we'll investigate this hallway individually and perform a spirit box session in the vortex.
This is Shadow Hallway. Be on the lookout for shadow people as you look down into the blue light. You'll see it at the end of the hallway. Then you're gonna end in the vortex room. You don't like the spirit box, so you're not gonna do that, so I'm gonna do the spirit box. That's just simply how it is.
Thank you for allowing me to not do the spirit box. Here I go, embarking on my journey into the dark.
He's probably commenting on the decor, making silly little jokes, having a blast. But my mind's gonna descend into darkness when I go up there.
Any dolls like to talk to me? Miss? Ma'am? What are you doing back there? You think I didn't see you? Nah.
This is for science. I'm about to shine my truth beams all down this hallway. If I see one of you, just know that I'll have footage of a ghost. So here I am, walking down Shadow Hallway. So we got some rooms. So if you're here, Roy, what the fuck was that? Okay. Don't lose it, Ryan, don't lose it. Now I'm gonna go. Oh, Jesus.
He seemed brave walking up there, but he did have that sort of glassy look in his eyes that he gets.
I'm gonna just stand in one of these rooms and just bask in the silence, as Shane says. That's a huge bed. Holy fuck, okay. Anybody here right now? I'm giving you the floor. I think that was the wind, but it sure sounded like a voice. That's good for there. Oh, this is the vortex room. Going in. Oh, people report feeling uneasy in here. Some people can't even walk in here because it's just so thick. This is said to be a portal, and Shane said he asked Satan to come here, so that's fun. Thanks for that, fucking Shane. This is a spirit box. This will help me speak to you. I'm very scared right now, I'm sorry. Are you scared too? A little? Roy, are you here right now? No? Then who is it? No one. Huh. Okay, you want to play games? Sure.
That's your time.
Woohoo! Oh boy. Oh, thank you, fucking God. Get me the fuck out of here. I did it. I did it. I did it.
Hey, you lived. You didn't get eaten by a ghost.
Yeah, I did it.
You look rattled.
Yeah.
What happened in there?
Just, you know, talking to things. Did you get anything out of it?
Nope, got nothing.
That's about par for the course. Well, goodbye to what's ever up there. Sayonara. The boys are out.
With its decades of history and numerous inhabitants, it's not far-fetched to think that some people remain. Did a spirit actually trigger our motion-detecting dog? Perhaps. But regardless, whether or not Rolling Hills Asylum is definitively haunted will remain unsolved.